So this is another random topic video, a little closer to my heart. This is from the Prov City music scene, and matter of fact, in general, the Rhode Island music scene. There's a little something. I don't want to say there isn't one. There's a little something going on. It's just not very organized very well. There's no camaraderie. We need camaraderie. We need to come together. Artists need to work together. Artists, producers. Right now we have the internet, and people feel like I'm gonna just link up with artists that I meet online. But I've had experiences where and again, I had this same mentality. It was like I don't need to deal with anyone from where I'm from. I could just go on the internet. Because people where you're from, they're never gonna respect you because they just want to see you the way you was when you grew up. And there's truth to that to an extent, but at the same time, you don't know what's out there. There's a saying that says it's better to deal with the devil you know than the devil that you don't know. Because at least the devil you know exactly what they're after. You know exactly what kind of things they'll do to you. And you can protect yourself against that. The devil you don't know what they want from you. Again, I've been in situations where I've linked up with artists. I linked up with an artist to shoot a video. He actually came here, shot the video, and then never heard from the guy again. And when I finally did, the only reason I even heard from him eventually, like months later, is because I filed the claim on PayPal, and his account and since he didn't respond to it, his account got overdrafted. He wasn't able to use his account. He had to make a whole nother account. And that's when he finally called me and said, oh, I lost the video. And I'm like, even if you did lose the video, why didn't you tell me back then? You waited several months. Then he offered me a deal where I should pay him, send him even more money because he didn't have enough money to fly back here and shoot another video. The whole shit just went left. My point is, even if that happened here, first and foremost, I have a lot better chance of finding somebody who lives in my hometown, especially a place like Rhode Island, as small as it is, than somebody who's from another state. Once that guy got on that plane and flew off, there was no chance of me finding him at all. I'm not going to fly. He was from Ohio. I'm not going to fly to fucking Ohio. And I have a whole nother video talking about the story. So if you want to know more about the story, go check out my other video. It's called Jugging and Finessing. Yeah, Rhode Islanders, we need to work together, man, because we all we got. A lot of people, they think they're gonna go to other states and take over there or something like that. But the first thing you do when you go over there, they're gonna say, oh, where you from? Yeah, so what are you doing over there? What was your fan base like over there? And if you haven't done nothing over there, especially coming from the smallest state in America, if you can't do nothing over here, what makes you think you're gonna go to a big city and do something over there? I haven't seen it yet. We still looking for the first Rhode Island artist to blow, at least in a mainstream realm. We have underground artists doing their thing. Shout out to Sage Francis, B. Dolan, and his whole Sage Francis' whole record label. Most of y'all probably haven't even heard of him. He's an underground political rapper. There's a few people doing, like I said, there's a few people doing their thing, but just not on the mainstream level where where the whole world could see them, where they could shout out Providence or just Rhode Island in general and make us all proud. We haven't seen that yet. At this point, I don't even care about being the first. Because I know that's one of the main reasons that artists don't work together. I think it's just an East Coast thing. They had the same problem in New York, but at least in New York, that's where hip hop started. That's where the music industry is New York. That's like the media capital of the world. It's crazy that we have the same problem of not working together. There's a certain pride we have, like, I'm not rocking with him. Yeah, he alright, but my boy's better. It's like, come on now. It's room for everybody to make money. It's room for everybody to be doing shows and just killing the game. Matter of fact, again, I'm gonna say I'm not completely guilt free of this as well. I wanted to be the first artist to blow up out of Providence. You know what I'm saying? But at this point, I don't even care. I just want to be among them. I want to be among the first few artists coming out of Providence. I want to be part of a music scene, an underground music scene where I can make money and perform and enjoy myself around my people, around the people I grew up with. In the state we live in, y'all know, there's nothing going on over here. Like, Rhode Island has virtually... This is why most people want to leave Rhode Island, because they feel like there's nothing to do, it's so boring. But if we actually had a music scene, we would at least give people something to look forward to. We would give people something to be entertained by. They could come out, check us out. I wait for the day where, and I definitely want to be among the people who they could say, yo, the things he did for Rhode Island music scene got it to where it is. Before, there was nothing. When him and them other artists, when they all got together, they killed it. They made us proud. And then eventually the scene grew. Other states started knowing about us, and then eventually they started to conquer the music industry. That's what I want to be a part of. So I think even blow up a little bit, we have to kind of insulate ourselves. We're already insulated already. We insulate ourselves even more to little cliques and crews. We should be insulated as Rhode Islanders to say, yo, I'm not rocking with no one unless they're from Rhode Island. I'm not hopping on no beats unless they're from Rhode Island. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I mean, I've been hopping on industry beats out of necessity. You know what I'm saying? I don't know too many producers. That's why I started grabbing beats online. You know, I've been rapping on like a lot of classic '90s beats, just freestyling, just to let people know my talent. You know what I'm saying? But I want to get to a point where I don't have to jump on these industry beats. I could hop on a bunch of Rhode Island producers. A part of that, and I know we, the millennial generation, all we think about is getting paid. It's a lot of people out there. Listen, the money will come. But we have to build something first. We have to build our name. We have to build a scene. Like, where's the place right now where you could say, yo, if you want to check out all the hot underground Rhode Island artists, go here. I've never heard of it. I mean, again, there's little people not little people, but there's people, artists, there's like pockets. Like, they doing their thing over here at this place. They're doing their thing at this place. But it's not a staple. It's not a place where everybody goes to check out the new young talent. We need to develop that. Before the world hears about us, we have to hear about us. Like, there should be no reason that an artist is getting hundreds of thousands of views on YouTube. The person across the street has no idea who he is. And that's where we're at right now. We have people they're doing some views on YouTube, but one, it's not consistent. So that just lets me know they have no core fan base. It all starts right here at home. We need a core. We need to build a core of Rhode Islanders so that when dudes start trying to put records out, there's a core group of people that's going to support it. There's a core group of people that's going to buy your merchandise and so forth. We need community, man. We need this should be like a certain studio that all the artists go to. I mean, again, I know there's people out there that's probably saying, well, people go to my studio or people, we perform over here at my open mic, but how many people honestly know about it? Is it just you and your group of friends, or is it somewhere everyone in the state goes? Because again, if there was, everyone would be able to name it just like that. I mean, I see tweets or Facebook posts sometimes, and it's like, oh, I'm tired of these fucking Rhode Island rappers. And I'm just like, whoa. I hear a lot of the rappers say, man, people hating. And honestly, what I see from a lot of the artists here, I'm not trying to criticize anybody, but I see people just following trends that's going on in the industry. We need our own sound. We can't just be hopping on trap beats and trying to sound like Atlanta or Chicago or none of these places. That's some of the main criticisms I hear from the fans. As far as the artists, their main criticism of the fans is like, oh, these niggas be hating. They don't want to support nobody. And I think it's a little bit of both. So one, people need to, the fans need to support the artists, but at the same time, the artists need to be original. If you sound like, why should I go to you to get something I could get from another place? Atlanta, they created their own sound. So if I want to hear that trap stuff, them trap beats, I'm going to go to an Atlanta artist. If I want to hear drill music, I'm going to go to Chicago artists because that's where it originated from. That's who does it the best. And again, no shade to anybody, but we got to do better. We need our own sound. We need a sound that they say, yo, that's that Rhode Island sound. Like, that sounds like nothing else. Once we get that, we'll truly be unstoppable. Nobody will be able to fuck with us. They'll know exactly where you're from the second they hear those beats. Like, for real, for real. We need to break things. We need to bring things back, like talent shows. The open mics now, they're at like really small venues. I feel like once we start building, artists we need to get, there's not too many places where they even allow hip hop in Rhode Island. Rhode Island like 88% white. But I feel like we could bypass all of that by just having some sense of unity. That's once they see that tickets are selling for concerts, the open mics is filled up, then we could start leveraging to get bigger venues. Then we could start leveraging so the radio station could play us. Because the radio stations out here be hating on us. They don't even play no Rhode Island artists. They don't be interviewing nobody. It's ridiculous. Our big artists need to start working together. We can't have one guy over here that's doing his thing. People are, oh, okay, he's doing his thing. He's dope. He got a little fan base. And another guy, he got the same thing. And then y'all two like, nah, we don't fuck with each other. We gonna be the first one I'm gonna be the first one to get up out of Rhode Island. I'm gonna be the first rapper that everyone's showing love to that says, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna take a quote from Drake. He said, it ain't about who did it first, it's about who did it right. So somebody right now, they might catch a hit, but then you might be a one-hit wonder. So do you want to be a one-hit wonder and if you rapping on another city's sound, you probably gonna be a one-hit wonder, because again, why should they go to you for something that somebody else invented? It just is what it is. Our producers need to start working with other producers. We need to take a cue from Atlanta, not in taking their sound, but just the way they work together. You hear stories about, man, you go to Atlanta, you go in the studio, you got a producer, you got his little cousins, his little cousins' cousins, his little cousins' friends, all in the studio working on beats. You know what I'm saying? You get a beat from one dude, you're like, yo, that's my little cousin. He nice too. Check out some of his beats. You know, we don't have that over here. Everybody's just for themselves. Again, I think that's just the East Coast mentality. Like, niggas just selfish as hell. They just fuck with their crew. We need to take a leaf out of Atlanta's playbook and start working together. All across the board. Producers work with other producers. Rappers work with other rappers. Engineers work with other engineers. And then bring it all together. Anyone who's doing events, if you promoters working with other promoters, the whole 9 yards. You know, and when we finally get all of that together, we bring all that together, everyone's little pockets of fans, we bring all that together. If you got a social media following, you bring that with somebody else's social media following, it only gets bigger. One person's fan base hears about you, they think you're talented, they're going to start following you, and vice versa. That's how you truly make it. If we're all working together, if you, as artists, we go through cold periods, especially in a genre like hip-hop. Things change so fast in hip-hop, the sound changes every few years. So if it's just you by yourself, you're not gonna last that long. If you got a whole community behind you, you got other rappers that rock with you, that if you go through a little drought, they'll put you on a song to get you back hot again. Or a producer could give you a beat, get you back hot again. Promoters could have you do a bunch of shows to get the people knowing about you again. That's how we need to start doing it. We need to stop the selfishness, stop this whole I'm trying to be the first one to blow up out of here, and just truly work together. Prov, because Prov got a lot of talent, low key. I've been peeping out a lot of y'all. Hopefully y'all peeping me. Check my shit out. Provcityproductions. Holla at your boy. Peace.